love to share, and we feel honored to be a part of that process and to be a contributor to the U.S. community right now, especially as we are doing so much all the time. The Center for Work and Family Life, as you may know, is really the primary benefit for staff and faculty, all employees, physicians, who work at USC and contributing every day. So we are there for you for crisis intervention. We are there for counseling. We are there for consultations, and we are there for coaching. So we have a wide range of things that we can offer, and we can help in sharing support for you at this time. I'm reflecting on what such an extraordinary time this is. And that in this community where we serve, we are doing extraordinary things. You are doing extraordinary things every day that really persevere, land on such strength, land on such perseverance, land on such achievement. So I want to sort of reaffirm that much of what happens in our community is that we do access our strengths and our abilities, and we do rise the occasion in many, many ways. So we want to continue to support that, nourish that, fulfill those strengths within you as we go along. So today our topic is how we boost that resilience, how we do that in a very gentle way. What I've learned over these years is that the high-achieving community thrives on challenge, has a high threshold for fulfilling all those, important demands, and people really want to fulfill and do their best. But oftentimes that very gift is the thing that can be a challenge as well, because oftentimes we are kind of pushing to that, full limit. We are sort of pressing ourselves further before we stop and maybe take a moment to take care of ourselves. So my theme and my concept that I want to share is that as we're progressing along in this pace of living and achievement, let's replenish along the way. Let's notice, let's capture, let's see when we can bring that moment of replenishment along the way. So that's why I came up with the idea of compassion, optimism, and gratitude. And those are the key kind of ideals and concepts that we're going to fulfill. Along with that, we're going to pair it with our breathing and our understanding of how we relax and how we stay connected with ourselves. So the literature in mindfulness, one of the main authors, Cornfield, said, if you extend your compassion and it does not include yourself, then it is incomplete. And so as we're furthering this idea of how do replenishment along the way, it is about keeping that sense of compassion for yourself. So as you see on our slide, we're going to sort of venture into that realm of how do we anchor that? How do we connect? So I would like you to take a moment and be in a comfortable place and think about your breathing. And in a simple way, just take note of breathing in through your nose. And then as you exhale through your mouth. And I've done a lot of these programs before, and I find that if we almost visualize breathing in positive, and we sort of are exhaling the negative, we are literally thinking about cleansing. We're cleansing our heart and our mind. And the compassion aspect is how we connect with our heart. A main author you may want to consider is Kristen Neff, who wrote Compassion Care Training. And very much a part of what happens in her meditations are to join the breathing with a message. So as we are doing a breathing, I would like you to think of a compassionate phrase, ones we might have up that you can look at, but ones you could even begin to share and create for yourself. So as you breathe in and exhale, you may say, I may feel at ease. I feel peace. I feel kindness for myself. All of these are ways in which we can sort of nurture ourselves from within and in turn understand how we actually become nurturers of others. Our second breath is actually more on the cognitive side. And what we've learned from the cognitive aspects of replenishment is that when we venture into how we think, how are we telling ourselves that we're bringing our best, our most optimal way of being forward. Greater Good Science Center is a great resource I've utilized many times, and it really says we can train our brain. We can bring positive thinking into how we are relating and treating ourselves. So for optimism, we're thinking of the things we would say or express maybe to a best friend, something that is a word of encouragement or inspiration. So think on this as we go into our second breath. And when you are there, see the words there on the slide, but think of ones you would say to yourself. So again, if we're taking in a deep breath through our nose and breathing in, and then we may exhale and we're releasing and letting go of the cleansing and the negativity, we're going to say, you know what? I can see it will get better. I can trust I can make it work. You have what's within you to make things better. So essentially where we are growing is harnessing that energy of how you treat yourself, how you think about yourself and what you're doing to really carry on. The third one is really kind of that emphasis in more of the spiritual sense. The compassion is our heart, our optimism is our thinking, and our gratitude is really our spiritual side, our soul. And these are times when we're being taught to really look at things in a new perspective and really think about what is important and where we put our energy or where we put our time. So when we really enter into, a third breath, we're going to think about what it is that we feel grateful for. So Greater Good Science Center has a great encouragement. It talks about giving ourselves a gratitude journal. It is really known to really enhance and boost our general health and well-being. So again, here we go. We'll try our third breath. And our third breath is breathing in again through our nose. And we'll release through our mouth again. And with our messaging there is really about what you are grateful for. And we're grateful for our health. We're grateful for our families. We're grateful for the day. We can just find sometimes simple things that we can feel most grateful for. I encourage you to design your own, to come up with your own combinations. You could have a compassion phrase, you can have your optimistic phrase, you can have your gratitude statements, all woven together that really capture who you are and what you're achieving every day. We want to be there for you in every way. We want to be of support in personal or work life issues. We're part of the Care for the Caregiver hotline, and we are there for all. I want to acknowledge Susan Ritchie and Jessica and Laura, who are staff and are part of our support system. So many times, this is what we do during these times. We turn to those positive support systems. We reach out, we encourage compassion, we encourage optimism, we encourage gratitude, and we show appreciation. We share how much people matter, and those simple things can just go a long, long way. So we want everyone to feel very safe. We want everyone to feel well. We are going to continue Thriving Thursdays, and next Thursday at 12:15, a new counselor on staff, Susanna, is going to be presenting coping strategies for anxious times. So we are, again, honored to be a part of supporting you. Let us know how we can be there, and fight on. I'm happy to answer any questions. If you want to check in with any other ideas or offerings, I'd be glad to hear. I don't know.
Feel free to unmute yourself if you have a question, or you could put it in the chat and I'm happy to read it out loud.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Helene. Thank you, Carol. Thanks for joining us.
Everyone heading out.
Yes.
Have a wonderful day. Take good care of yourselves.
All right.